Today is day number 2 of the video recording challenge. So the challenge is about speaking on camera and becoming more confident with presenting ideas, articulation, and everything in between that. Um, this is all in the Notion doc, but I think that speaking on camera is a skill that everybody should learn because throughout your life, the skills that are necessary to speak on camera like this are going to translate over to anything self-improvement related and professional development, because you have to convey and communicate your ideas well in order to be successful. I think so. um, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm recording this, and that's why you're seeing this in action at this moment. So I'm going to hit up 3 warm-up questions, and then I will post this video. um, I'm hoping that as the challenge goes on, um, I'll be doing less of this introduction type stuff and more just content. So, like delivering value for you and answering any type of question that you might be interested in that I've had personal experience with so that I can give value in that way. So, yeah, just stay tuned for the next one. What is a moment in your life that you'll never forget and why? So, I was thinking about this challenge, and you know how we have childhood traumas that, you know, prolong a fear that we carry throughout life. So, for example, um, in high school, I had to give a presentation during a biology uh, class, and I was dating someone in that class. But the thing is that she was very, I guess, academically inclined. So she was a straight A student. She had what's it called? She went to private school, and everything was like lined up. She's one of those goody two shoes type of students. Um, and me, I had good grades, but I was more of a slacker. Very efficient, lazy, if you will. Um, that's another story. So, anyways, the gist is that we gave a presentation, and it wasn't coordinated very well, and I sounded pretty sloppy, and the whole class actually laughed at me and made fun of me, and she contributed to it, and even the teacher kind of followed suit. So that was a really embarrassing moment. I felt bad about myself because it's like, well, you know, who wouldn't feel bad for the class laughing at you? Um, I didn't prepare well. It was my fault. But even then, like anyone who experienced that, like the classic movie scene where the class makes fun of you, and you just it's shameful, I guess, and embarrassing. So that kind of stuck with me, and I think that's the reason why I've had this apprehension for speaking on camera or just public speaking in general. Um, yeah, I think experiences like that can definitely bring you down, but they can also teach you something, um, and maybe even motivate you with the pain of embarrassment to uh, transcend that. It's been how long has it been? Probably about 10, 11 years since that time, and probably more actually. But it's taken a decade for me to kick that fear in the face and overcome it. So yeah, that's a pivotal moment, and now it's kind of history, and now it's more of a lesson to me and to you to understand that um, those fears don't have to define us, and um, the people that will value your message will listen, and everyone else you can just ignore them because it's just noise and it's just an obstacle trying to get in the way of you and what you're trying to achieve. So Enough rambling. Okay, so I rambled on that first question, so I'm going to try to keep this one a little more concise. The question is, what is the lesson we can learn from your favorite historical figure? Um, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but recently I've just looked into the term polymath. So basically, it means someone who is gifted and interested in a wide variety of skills. And that's been something I've resonated with a lot lately because building a personal brand, I've had trouble deciding what niche I want to choose. But I've realized that the niche can be myself. So, and everything that encompasses who I am, and I serve people that are similar to me. So if you're watching this, you're probably in my niche per se, right? But historical figures, people I've been attracted to, like Benjamin Franklin, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, people that have been multifaceted and that have created, the innovations of our time today. I think I'm compelled to, understand people like them, Albert Einstein, because they were kind of sort of outcasts at one time, and maybe they weren't accepted. Their ideas weren't accepted at first, but then they came through and delivered and showed that their expertise and their curiosity was actually relevant to the time. Um, Maybe hundreds of years later, but now it's affecting all of us and our understanding of the world. So yeah, that's question number two. Right, number three. What is the lesson we can learn from your favorite book? I think my favorite book is The Power of Now, and because that book I think has had the most impact that a book has had on my life thus far. The Power of Now taught me about self awareness and mindfulness, and to be able to discern between the way our minds work by default versus the intention we can give our minds to put focus on. So, being in the present moment is a very intentional act. You have to really step kind of out of your mind and kind of see it from a third person perspective. I don't know if that makes sense, but um, you know, that's how I see it. So, mindfulness is like, like when you meditate, you watch your breath and you just use that as a point of reference to concentrate on. Um, but when you're in the midst of like a heated situation, usually you resort to a reaction or something that gives uh, like a knee jerk response, something that you do naturally, like freak out, get scared, get angry, shout, yell, something like that, depending on what kind of childhood traumas you might have. Um, that the power of now teaches us to become aware of that situation, understand that that feeling is, or to sit with that feeling and really just feel it. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but when you actually pay attention to the feeling itself, it tends to go away in that moment. I can't do the book justice, but it's really made an impact teaching me more about self awareness and how to overcome, um, you know, pivotal moments of pain where they kind of seem overwhelming, overbearing. And I've mastered that fairly well. So, yeah, I hope you got some value out of this. If you watch to the end, appreciate it. If not, I understand. These are kind of hard to watch, or you know, um, still developing. This is day number two. By day number 30, 40, 50, 100, I'm hoping to make these a little more concise, more energetic, right? Got to keep the inflections in my voice. It sounds awkward to me. I'm like altering the way that I'm speaking. So, anyways, catch you in the next one.